Channel update. I have so many of these already, they might as well be their own series. So I just got through finishing the 16 personality types as roommates series. Now, from an outsider looking in, this series didn't seem like it should have taken months to complete. 8 videos, under 5 minutes each. Some YouTubers chuck that shit out daily. But alas, buckets full of doubt, a quarter-life crisis, and other priorities took their toll on me during that time period. It's done now though, so that's good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I never anticipated to turn this thing dramatic at points. Maybe it was just the theatrical side of me wanting to express itself. In hindsight, my acting could have been a lot better. I'm a few years removed from taking acting classes, so that skill is a bit rusty. To be fair, it's difficult to get emotionally invested when you're talking to essentially a tennis ball on a stand at the other end of the room. I just hope my old acting instructors don't find these videos. Pretty much my mindset going into this project was to satisfy my want for creating comedic/dramatic material while tying in the concept of typology. Speaking of which, I've mentioned before that I'm no expert when it comes to the study of the 16 personalities or MBTI, despite being an obsession of mine for the past, when did I graduate high school? So some of these portrayals may not have been the most accurate. I'll admit that I know some types better than others. I understand there are a lot of nuances within typology, and no two people of the same type will behave in exactly the same way. I just hope you guys viewed this as entertainment and not as a completely accurate portrait of personality types. Anyways, what's next for this channel? Well, I might be moving into a different genre of videos. I'm thinking something along the lines of commentary with some comedy mixed in. Now, when I say commentary, I don't mean I'll be focusing on YouTube drama or any of that. Well, I might not completely rule that out if something really gets a rise out of me. But it won't be like the Leafy is Here brand of commentary, God no. I'll be doing subjects that interest me, ones where I can present my opinions in a way that is entertaining and maybe enlightening. We'll see. Now, I understand up to this point I've built my channel mainly in the 16 personalities niche. And being on YouTube as long as I have, I understand that many don't take well to creators pivoting their brand. So this may prove detrimental to my growth. I remember last time I mentioned this sort of thing, I definitely saw a dip in subscribers. And the same thing may happen after this video. I'll admit that was part of the motivation behind creating the 16 personalities as roommates series. I got a little worried about my channel growth and tried to satisfy my creative itch with audience expectations. And it turned out well. I don't regret it. Except the part where it took 2 months to finish. But now I'm at the point where I'd like to take a risk and try something different. This doesn't mean I'll stop making MBTI content, it just won't be as heavily focused on. I do have another series in mind involving the 16 personalities, but that'll probably be put on hold while I work on the other stuff. So that's the plan. But those of you who've been with me throughout this year know that it can change pretty quickly. MBTI is my golden goose at the moment, and it's pretty tempting to feed it. Especially when I'm closing in at 5,000 subscribers. But if I'm going to try something, it's better I do it sooner rather than later. Something I haven't done with my Twitch channel. About that, I set up a Twitch account about a month or so back and said I would be streaming soon. Apparently my definition of soon is a little different than the contemporary meaning. But now I finally have the time to stream. Sort of. I'm shooting for Friday or Saturday of this week to begin my playthrough of Minecraft. Hopefully my internet connection will cooperate with me by then. Unfortunately, I will be going on a family vacation next week, so there will be a bit of a gap in the schedule. I'll be sure to pick back up as soon as I get back. So there's that. Hopefully I'll get to hear from a lot of you. You'll get to see me in my wonderfully unscripted form that may or may not be wholesome. Funny that I got a lot of comments about my content being wholesome. I guess I can be, at times. Other times, not so much. But that's just Kevin. And on that note, I'm ending this video. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Twitch if you haven't already. Links to those will be in the description below. Thanks for the support as always, and I hope you guys enjoy what I got cooking up for you. Take care, guys.